and your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer, an explorer, going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shatter your mind talking about Justin Bieber.
Hello out there. We're on the air. Happy hump day. Happy hump day, everybody. We're humping. We're humping today. This one's titled You. You hold the key to the universe. We got a little bit of Tesla talk today. A little bit of Tesla talk. We're going to watch an interesting video. An interesting short video. I don't even know if you'd call it a video. But something to think on anyways. But good to see everybody here today. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Rumble. And we are live on the Zap stream. We cannot forget about our friends over on Nostr today. I went too long without Nostr yesterday. We got some 50 Cent bumping today. We got 50 Cent, The Massacre album. I don't know why we're playing that, but that's what's on right now. The Massacre. Some good tunes on this one. Which one was I listening to? Oh, this is a good song. I don't know how many Fitty songs or how many Fitty fans are out there. Fitty seems like one of the good ones to me. I've kind of lost touch with a lot of my old, I wouldn't say my old heroes, but the people that used to be big, you know, the Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, obviously. Yeah, I think it was 50 Cent that actually made the Diddy documentary. So I think 50's on our team. On the good side of things. I would say good side of things. I don't know how you could want a fair, honest, transparent money and be on the bad side. But if you ask people in the mainstream, they'll tell you otherwise. But that's how it's always been throughout history. When you go against people's norms, they tend to fight back a little bit. Not only that's the thing that really surprises me the most. You know, when I started first getting into Bitcoin, it was definitely against, you know, the system, right? And I knew that the system would fight back. I knew the system that loves to protect itself. I didn't realize how ingrained the system was, though, into everyday people and how hard they would fight against something that goes against the system. Somebody said this morning, who was it? And where was it? It might have been it was either on School. Yeah, I think it was on School. I think it was plural. He said fiat is like a religion to people, which is kind of crazy when you think about it that way, because it is. It really is. When we think of religion, we think of churches and priests and popes. But fiat is a religion to a lot of people without them even knowing it. That's the most sinister part about it. So anyways, we're going to be talking a little bit about a lot of different things today. Hopefully it'll be a shorter show because I got a big day ahead of me today. I got some meetings, and then I got to get into the city today and tomorrow. And then Fridays are always a shit show. And then we're having some friends over this weekend, and then we got Mother's Day on Sunday. So I got a busy stretch coming up here. I got a busy stretch, but that's okay, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. So what's going on today, Rumble? What's going on over there today? We got a pretty good crew in Rumble this morning. Looks like I got to pay my dues on Rumble. I don't know what happened there. I guess my credit card didn't go through. That tends to happen. I see that a lot with the school and the Patreon. It just randomly gets. Oh shit, I'm blurry. Sorry. I guess I should look at the screen once in a while. There we go. Too busy yakking. Yakking or yapping. I don't know what it is. Anyways, we got 26 people over in Rumble today. We got 12 thumbs ups. We can do better than that, folks. A little bit better anyways. But a good crew over there nonetheless. And looks like we got some folks, a good crew on YouTube today. More people on Rumble, which personally I love to see. And what's going on Nostr today? We've had the same title for like 3 days. Nobody's, no, I was going to say nobody's on Nostr, but it looks like I lied. It looks like people are there. It looks like the people are indeed there. So what are we going to set the goal today? Let's try to hit 1 million sats. Can we? It's a day for humping. Just like every hump day, if you want to guarantee yourself a hump, today, it's pretty simple. You just got to send in a zap of any amount. And you'll be amazed what happens. Wow, Zap stream's buzzing. Looks like Scotty's back. Scotty's back. Let's start with Nostr today. I took too long yesterday for Nostr, so we're going to start with Nostr today. We got Scotty boy. Is this the right place to be busy? Too busy to be here. Yeah, it is, Scotty. Except I'm freaking busy too, and I'm here every day. Where you been, man? Good to see you. Ducks swim in a pond together, he says. 99 sats flying everywhere today. Praetorian over in the Zap stream. I saw Praetorian at his first Zap on Jerry's stream last night. So Praetorian with a 500 sat Zap to start the day. Said, good morning. Figured be on here too. Praetorians everywhere. Rumble, YouTube, Nostr. What a guy. Matt FRL with a 369 Zap himself this morning. Let's have an abundance of 369 Zaps today. Let's get them going. Good morning, Matt. He says, good morning, Quackers. Joshua, the King, zapped the King Zap, 8,888 units of sovereignty. Josh says, Luxter, your number one fan, checking in, pal. Luxter's number one fan, the King. Thank you, Josh. Good to see you this morning. Chuck's here. Hey, I finally get to see a Chuck Zap in Zap stream. He zaps a shot of espresso today. A shot of espresso and a little bit more. Cheers, Chuck. From the Central University of Northern Toronto. What's going on, Arn? Something's happening outside. I don't know what it is, but Arnie's going crazy. Let's see. Let's see if we can figure it out. Come on, camera. Work. Okay, so we got Joshua. We got Chuck. The boys on the board. Thank you, fellas. We got Scotty with a couple more 99ers. We got Sin Diesel in the Zap stream today. Good morning, Sin. Good to see you, man. Conrad with a reverse Tesla 963. Love to see that. Thank you, Conrad. Good to see you this morning. Sin says, good morning. Joshua says, all right, she's running better. Thanks, Aaron. There we go. Yeah, Zap streams seems to be working for me. What the hell's going on behind me here? Jake says he's rebranded. He's 50 sat now. He's a Bitcoiner. He should actually do that. He should do that. I think he is a Bitcoiner though, isn't he? I feel like Fiddy would be a Bitcoiner. What is going on with you today, camera? What's going on with Arnie? Oh, he's gone up the stairs now. Something must be going on in the yard. I should probably go check. A good dad would go check, but I'm not really a dog. He didn't come from my DNA. I'm just his pal. So he'll figure it out. We got a couple of zaps from Jake and Scotty Boy and Bitcoin Golf Pro. Good to see you. Bitcoin and golf, perfect combination. I'm hoping to golf today. Do a little golf on the deck, a little deck golf. We'll see. I got my first match tomorrow. First match of the year. We're back in the saddle. Nothing like starting match one with 0 swings in 6 months. Okay, what else we got here? Sats and Sunset says Duck, yeah, with 17 for show 17 today. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. And he's up 369. And Duncan's up 3691. Was that the DCA today? No way. Duncan, you got to tell me, was that the DCA today, or did you customize that one? We got Sin with a 3, a 6, and a 9. We got a Conrad with a 369. Okay, Tesla's flowing today. We got the Tesla flowing. And Arnie's going berserk back there. But I might have to go check on him. Mostly out of curiosity. Oh, there he is. He's back. Arnie, what's going on? What's going on? I don't think anything's down there. Although he would know. He would know better than me. Dogs, he sees things that I don't see. So anyways, how are we? Sats and Sunsets is here. Jake, all the boys are on both. Captain's here. The captain himself, Praetorian, is in Rumble. He says, good morning, Jordan, all you fabulous visionaries. Good morning, Praetorian. And on YouTube. What a guy. Lauren Stern is here this morning. Good morning, Lauren. Sats and Sunsets, 88 Sats, the Forbidden Redneck. What's that mean? The Forbidden Redneck. Explain. Good to see you, Sats and Sunsets. How was your snooze yesterday? You missed a good show. What does the Forbidden Redneck mean? Explain. Look at this. Stripes. Says escaping for a couple days, listening on the way to the beach. Wow, I'm freaking jealous of that, man. Have a good time. Have a great time. Thanks for popping in today. Hope you have a safe trip, an enjoyable trip. And we got Dreadstone here. Hi, Room. Hey, Jor. Ginger Motorsports. Good morning. Watching the little one again. Be on Bumble soon. We'll be here. Good morning, Ginger. Good to see you, man. Sketchucation's here. Good morning. Marco, you're in the wrong spot, buddy. But good morning. Good to see you. VHF, what the duck? There's Marco. Good morning, beautiful people. There he is. Kev Keith, good morning, fellow rednecks. Gotta love the sound of ducks in the morning. I turned it down for everybody today. I turned it down. It was at 100. I turned it down to about 10 because I felt like the quacks were a little bit much, a little too aggressive for the show. You know what I mean? Kev Keith, which reminds me, I got to prepare my chicken wings for tonight's Knicks game. Is it playoffs? It's got to be playoffs. It's usually the same time as the NHL playoffs. It's got to be. Listen, Lori. Lori's in the chat. Good morning. Sending some luck. Oh, no, never mind. That's only a 3-leaf clover. What the heck? They're usually 4-leaf clovers, Lori. You might have hit the wrong button there. Or you don't want to send luck this morning. Who knows? Could go either way. Papaya Holdings or Hodlings. Papaya Hodlings. Hello, everyone. Sounds like we're talking Nikola Tesla today. Yes, we are. What was Tesla's nationality? That's a good point. Anybody in the chat know? I don't know. But good to see a papaya. Never seen that one before. Never seen papaya before. OXO 7AD says Lucky and Arnie aren't swimming with the ducks. Lucky's been up to something outside. I don't know what he's been doing, but he's hunting. I don't know what he's hunting. He's just kind of walking around. It's kind of weird. But he's hunting something. We got kind of a pool of water outside from all the snow that melted last week. And Lucky's just kind of been sitting on the edge of the water. I don't know what he's doing. And I don't really want to go out there and see, because then it would he would stop doing it, right? Man, this camera sucks today. Why are you sucking today, camera? But yeah, Lucky's up to no good. He's hunting. Yeah, he's being a cat. I just don't know what could he be hunting in a pool of water? Maybe he's just looking at himself in the reflection. He's probably never seen himself before. I don't think Lucky's ever been in front of a mirror. Okay, that's enough 50 Cent. We're back on, we're going hardy mode. Country. Let's crank it up here. Let's get it going. Marco says, what is God? What is called God today in my conception is not a person, but a force that governs all processes in the universe. Well, Marco, that's interesting. This is a subject we're going to be talking on quite a bit. And so if you're not into it, I apologize in advance, but it's my show, it's my rules, and I'm fascinated by this stuff right now. But that actually really ties in with a lot of things I've been thinking through. And I actually didn't know that Tesla kind of was on that same page in a lot of ways. So Marco says, what is called God today in my conception is not a person, but a force that governs all processes in the universe. There's probably a reason, and this is kind of, it all kind of ties together to me. Everything ties together. And when I think about guys like Tesla and what we're going to be talking about today, and when we think about how much of our history that we've been lied to about, that's the most fascinating thing to me is you have to start there. You have to, Bitcoin, we talked about this on the mastermind yesterday, but we talked about the fact that Bitcoin is an ego test. And I feel like to arrive in Bitcoin, to fully understand Bitcoin and to really take, I guess you'd call it a leap of faith. It really is. That's what it is. Because again, like we started the show today, those who have kind of gone against the system have always been punished and ridiculed and called dipshits, or worse, much worse. But you have to start there. You have to basically come to Bitcoin and you have to completely clear your mind of everything that you've learned before. You have to. And it's like, we want to learn things, obviously, but I think it's actually harder to unlearn things. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost harder to unlearn things because we were taught in such an environment that they did it the right way. I must say they did it the right way in terms of the schooling, the public school system, and how they basically take kids' childhood away and put them in this box, put them in this classroom, basically like a jail. If you looked at a public school and a jail, there's hardly any differences there, which is incredibly fucked up. And then you hear, I don't know, it's just, there's too many things. So then you kind of start there. You start with a completely open mind, a blank slate, and you just say, okay, everything that I've been taught, everything, not just some parts. You can't cherry pick here. And I think that's what people get wrong about this. In my opinion, even myself, I've been guilty of this big time. I'm like, well, yeah, that was obviously a lie, but they had to have been telling the truth about this. They had to have been telling the truth about dinosaurs and space and everything. And I'm not going to sit here and say that the earth isn't round. I think that's one of the things that, because the other part of it too is that as this truth comes out, the system has to try to stop it from coming out. And we're kind of at a point now with Bitcoin, with the internet, with unstoppable platforms like Nostr, that the truth really can't be stopped anymore. And once the truth is out, it can't be put back in the bottle. The toothpaste can't be put back in the tube. So what do? Then they come up with some crazy things. Well, first of all, they invent the term conspiracy theorist. That was the system making this word up to make people who are truth seekers sound crazy. Conspiracy theorists. So then you say one thing that goes against the system, and all of a sudden you're labeled a conspiracy theorist. And then regardless of what you say after that, you're just a crazy person. So they've done a really good job of that. They've been very effective at it. But the other thing that they do is they'll toss in these like insane things. In my mind, flat earth being one of them. So then the people who believe the dinosaurs weren't real are also now grouped in with the people who believe that governments, I better be careful. I got to be careful here. But, and then the earth is flat. So then you get tied in just as a conspiracy guy or girl. So I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite here though, because I'm saying that everything we've been lied to about everything, not some parts, but everything. But then the earth being round. I don't know. That's the thing. I think that's where you also have to start. You just have to say, I don't know. I don't know if the earth is round. I don't know if the earth is flat. I only see what's right in front of me here. And I can only go off of what people have told me and do my own kind of research on which one is correct. So in that sense, I don't know. And that's probably a good place to start. That's how a lot of people get to Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't know what money is. I don't know why we value it. I don't know what fiat is. So anyways, this is interesting. This is going to be something we spend some time talking about and really just trying to talk through more than anything else. Is like just ask questions. I think that's the best way to learn is just simply ask questions. And we're kind of in a unique spot right now where there's never been a better time to ask questions. You can utilize AI. AI can be a tool for good or bad, just like Bitcoin. And you can just have conversations. I mean, people, in my opinion, kind of go too far down that rabbit hole. But you can say, what would Tesla say about the earth being flat? What would Thomas Edison say about the earth being flat? What would Henry Ford say about the earth being flat? You can ask. You can see what, based on what they talked about, what would they, and then you can kind of just, make your own conclusion to it. I don't know. But I think that's the key is that I don't know. Joshua, good morning. Says, good morning, Rumblers. Like and comment to fund Arn's naps. Yes, you might be napping right now. Oh, yeah, we got some stuff I see happening over on Rumble right now. I got to touch on this. First of all, I want to say big shout out to Sharon B this morning. Sharon B was the first zapper of the day. She sent in 5,555, the Sharon B zap units of freedom. So big shout out to Sharon B today. I also see Sats and Sunsets gifted a membership. Sats and Sunsets, one memby, and Papaya Hodlings. Papaya Hodlings. That's a great name. Was the recipient of it. Papaya Hodlings. And Jenny said, good morning. Is this the right place to harass my favorite Canadian Democrat? Yes, Jenny, tis. And that is a $2, a green fiat zap over there. But Jenny wasn't done there. Jenny was not done there. She gifted 5 memberships over on Rumble. Arguably, besides bigger zaps, those are the most important thing. Because I think the channel keeps 100% of the subscriptions. Oh, there's Lucky right there. He's sitting by the pond again. Maybe he's just pondering life. Maybe he's thinking about the universe. I don't think so. I think he's got a one-track mind. Hunt and sleep. Jenny with 5 memberships today. Absolutely massive. Massive for the channel. Thank you, Jenny. And it looks like Kachuk was the recipient of one. Hey, Kachuk, good to see you over on Rumble, man. Good to see you on Rumble. You got a membership. And Duncan also got one. LITF, Living in the Future Duncan. Got a membership from Jenny. So thank you, Jenny. 50 Cent likes Bitcoin. 2014 rapper 50 Cent, also known as Curtis Jackson, became one of the first major artists to accept Bitcoin for his album Animal Ambition, accumulating 700 Bitcoin. $1.52 with some good history there. Good call. I remember hearing that, but I didn't realize it was 700 Bitcoin. I wonder if he still got them. Wonder if Fiddy still got him. He'd be a good advocate for. He should get on Nostr, man. He should get on Nostr. I don't know what's going on with this camera. It's pissing me off, though. I don't know what to do. I want to just like, I don't think that's going to help. So let's deal with it. Sorry. Tesla is from Yugoslavia. Okay. Didn't know that. Also, what the hell is Yugoslavia? That's my next question. What's Yugoslavia? I think it's Russia. Is that Russia before the revolution? Yugoslavia? We got to do some history today. Marco, Victus. Good morning, fellas or fellies. But that's it. Caribre. Jor, this is a family show. No talk of humping. Oh, we can talk about humping. Adventures of Luxter and the Iron Dog. That's right. Fanny's here. Good morning, Fanny. Fanny says, guaranteed to hump when you start your day with a shaft in your hand, Jor. True. That is true. Well, I shouldn't say it's a guarantee, but your odds are higher if you can start the day with. I should make a shaft. When can we have a shaft? When was I doing that before? That was for the Underrated channel. I got to get that going again too. Man, the shaft is good. I kind of want one right now. It's like a Caesar. You can't see a Caesar without wanting a Caesar. I don't know if my American friends would understand that reference, but Canadians, I get it. You see a Caesar, you want a Caesar. Chuck's over on Rumble. Good morning, Chuck. Sats and Sunset says you're the only one that can't have a castle. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. The Forbidden Redneck sounds like a fire country album title. Scotty Boy, there you go. We need a country album called The Forbidden Redneck. There it is, the membership from Sats and Sunsets. And Lori sent in 6 4-leaf clovers. Thank you. She said good eye. Okay, so it must have been a mistake. Thank you. Serbian. Croatia. We got Croatia. We got Serbian. We got Yugoslavia. It sounds like nobody really knows. Bitcoin education. Good morning. Rockabilly. Good morning. Praetorian with a coffee. That means he must have sent a shot of espresso today. He decided to do it off Zapstream in classic Praetorian fashion. I'm going to guess. There's Duncan right there. Okay, what did Praetorian say here? Let's check this out. Kachuk says, I be here now. I like that. I like that. Tesla, Fibonacci, Einstein, Newton. These guys got it. Did Einstein, though? That's what I was going to say. Is like, why weren't we taught about Tesla in school? Why did nobody ever tell me who Tesla was? Why did we never talk about Tesla? We talked about Einstein all the time. Einstein was like the guy. So was Newton. Makes you wonder. Machiavelli, Schopenhauer, God equals energy. Oh, now we're talking, Sin. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Fanny says, facts, Joe. My kids say the same thing. They have fences and guards on the yard. Yeah, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. My kids will not be going to public school. My future kids. Chuck says, Q, what is God? Answer, God is a spirit, infinite, eternal, unchangeable, in his being, wisdom, power, holiness, justice, goodness, and truth. School equals institutions of liar learning. Pretty much. Pretty much. Memorizing bullshit. I know, I got to remember that. VHF. Yep. Good call. Jenny, big one today. Fiverr. That's a massive one. Thank you, Jenny. Big shout out to Jenny. It looks like Duncan got one. Kachok got one. VHF says, what is the flat earth? What if the flat earth is true and we round earthers are the fools? Could be. I don't know. That's the point. I don't know. Santino's here. Good morning. Santino, one of our Bitcoin journeymen over on the tubes, says, hey, Jordan, good to see you live again. Finally have a new position to work and can catch the live streams once again. Good to see you, Santino. Santino's been a member for a long time on the channel. Big shout out to Santino. Kachuk says, hello, Jordan. Folks going to deal with the ads for the content on Rumble. Yeah, it's like $9. I know I need to tune down my memberships, but it's like, I don't know. Rumble. I've actually been watching a lot of Rumble lately because I have to, right? I watch Jerry's show on there. We usually watch the raid after the show. And if there's a channel I want to watch, I usually watch it on Rumble instead. So I got the premium version of it. It's like $9 a month. Then you don't have to watch ads, but I don't know. It's usually only, even on Rumble, it's usually only like at the start. It plays like 2 ads and then it's done. Pondering Life, good one. He's still sitting there. I wish I could show up, but you wouldn't be able to see it, I don't think. It's too small. Yugoslavia was made up of modern-day Serbia, Croatia, Kosovo, Macedonia, Montenegro, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, and Slovenia. That's a good one, but I have no idea what any of those are. Did you see Forrest post on Maple Bitcoin regarding a security alert he received from Google? No, I didn't. I should probably look at that. That's another reason to be members of the Visionaries / Maple Bitcoin communities, because then you don't got to scour the internet for your information. Usually there's if something's up, there's usually somebody talking about it in one of these communities. So it's kind of like your one-stop shop. It's almost like an insurance policy. I've never really thought about it that way, but it kind of is. It's almost like your Bitcoin insurance policy, where you, as a Bitcoiner, you got to be up and up on updates, on threats, on attack vectors, and you don't want to waste all your time scouring the internet on Twitter and Reddit and YouTube. Okay, I'll bring this up right away, Captain. We went from Einstein to Epstein real fast. I don't know what that means. Sats and Sun says, reports suggested the stash grew to be, 50 cent. Reports suggested the stash grew to be worth millions. 50 Cent denied owning Bitcoin in 2021, with some reports suggesting it was immediately converted. Or that's the thing about Bitcoin. There's a lot of plausible deniability that happens there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I bought Bitcoin back in 2019, but I gambled away, or I lost the private keys. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. It's all gone. You don't even need like a boating accident excuse. It's like, I just lost it. And like, for half the people who say that, it's probably true. So, I mean, good luck. That's all I'm going to say is good luck. So Fetty might have been ahead of his time here. Who knows? He might have been the original boating accident. BTC Backpacker says, yo, it's Anon. Anon, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Good to see you in the chat. Anon, big shout out to Anon. One of the three Packer family kids. The wisest one. Marco says, Tesla was Serbian Orthodox. Man, we're getting a lot of different things here. Tesla was Serbian Orthodox Christian born in the territory of Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is today Croatia. Cool. Jenny says, VHF, bring your behind over to Rumble. Nah, he's stubborn. Stubborn dude. Paulo, LITF, good morning, Jor. The new course you talked about will be available school lifetime members. Correct. Yes. For and with the people. Ooh, that was a burn membership there. Burn membership, but that's okay. I guess when they're spamming the chat, they can be rednecks as well. Okay, let's get to the mempool here. Let's go for a jump in the pool. Actually, I got to check on Zapstream quick because I feel like I missed a couple here. Did we? I feel like we missed a couple. Okay, so we got a report from Sats and Sunsets. Yeah, denied owning Bitcoin. Of course he did. I'm with you there. Okay, well, I definitely missed a couple here. Duncan, I don't know if we ever found out, was that okay. Duncan said it was meant to be 3681, but made it 3691 just for you. Nice. That's what I figured, but I wasn't sure. Yes, there's Praetorian right there. He was actually not too far behind Sharon B. And this is what Praetorian had to say today. He said, "Good morning, Jor and Visionaries. Would like to say thank you, Jor, for being a motivational centerpiece. I greatly appreciate everything you have shared and taught me over the last year. God bless you all. Kind regards, Praetorian." With a shot of espresso attached to it. Thank you, Praetorian, for the support. And most importantly, thank you for a very nice comment there. Appreciate that, man. Without people like you, it wouldn't be possible. It really wouldn't be possible. So I appreciate you just as much as you appreciate me. I know that for a fact. Jenny with a big one today. Holy, Jenny's on fire. She's going for back-to-back today. Jenny with a Jenny Zap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One day Jenny's gonna add a 6 to it too, I bet. It's gonna be when we least expect it. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could you imagine? That'd be a flasher. Moravian, look at this. Moravian, I want to say thank you yesterday. You sent a zap to the mastermind stream, and I missed it. Frick. So Moravian, big shout out to Moravian. He's back today again with a double shot today. A double shot. God bless. Thank you, Moravian. And we got another one here. Camille, North Star with a shot of espresso. He says, it's been a while since I zapped. Well, thank you, Camille. Much appreciate that, man. Thurl said, I think papaya is in school now. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Josh said, maybe Luxor's stocking tadpoles. That's kind of what I thought, honestly. He's still sitting there. We were walking on the golf course the other day, and there's fish in the creeks. A little, Sin says a little 369 to go with the 18 and 45. Live primal. Thank you, Sin. Oh, yes, check on the pool. What's going on in the pool today? Where are we at? Where are we at? And then we're going to get to some Tesla talk. Tesla Tuesdays. How was everybody's Taco Tuesday? Did you eat? Did you eat tacos? I didn't. What did I have last night? I had breakfast. I actually had a really good supper last night. I made bacon. I made 3 eggs. Gave a little bit to Arnie. I made hash browns, mini hash browns, delicious, look kind of like bite-sized hash browns. And I also made some pierogies. My grandma, 85 years old, makes the best pierogies in the area. So I had hash browns and potatoes, kind of mix and match there. Little variety potato, and then some toast and a Caesar. A vodka Caesar. And then I actually had 1 extra piece of toast after with honey as my dessert. So 3 pieces of toast, 2 with butter, 1 with honey after the meal. That was a good brekkie. Brekkie for sups. Anyways, we got the block height today, 948180. Foundry won it. Way to go, Foundry. For their trouble, they got quite a bit. They got 3.8 million sats in transaction fees plus the 3.125. And we are still ahead. We are 8 blocks ahead. Blocks are coming in 9.9 minutes on average right now. The next block height is in approximately 9 days. And we'll see what happens here. But we're looking like an upwards adjustment right now. Nothing too crazy, though. We're pretty much right on time. Like, what more could you ask for? The target's 10, and we're 9.9. Pretty good. Seems like the network's doing its thing. So that's where we are. That's the report today. Let's check on the time chain. Man, blocks are flying by. The blocks are flying by here, folks. Man, oh man. We are currently in the Epoch V. Epoch V. We know what that stands for. V for Vendetta. V for the Visionaries. V for a formation of ducks. Ducks fly together. And also Epoch number 5, V. Great letter. Might be my favorite number or favorite letter. Obviously, 8's our favorite number, but V might be our new favorite letter. V and Q, I like those two. And J. QVJ. Maybe that'll be my holding company, my hodling company one day as papaya, just like papaya. We got the subsidy is 3.125. So that's the fixed amount. So that's what Foundry got. They got paid the subsidy, the fees for the total reward of 3.1629 biddies. Pretty good payout. 3.8 million sats for the transaction fees. And the exchange rate today, almost a row of ducks. Can we hit a row? No, I guess it wouldn't be. But if you got $1, $1 US, 1 unit of trash, 1 unit of illusion, 1 unit of the worst money in human history, we call those fiat dollars. The ferns, the Federal Reserve note. What a joke. Looking back in history on these things, people are going to think we were fucking stupid. And we were. But you can trade one of those dollars, one of those units of trash for 1,225 units of freedom, 1,225 units of sovereignty, 1,225 units of the best money humans have ever seen or used or experienced or discovered. And it's not even close. That's the thing. There's nothing even close to that in human history. That's a pretty big deal. We got 22 people here on YouTube. We got 40-ish on Rumble. We got, I have no idea, on Zapstream. But there should be that times 10,000. Because what else would you be talking about right now? What else would you be talking about right now? So anyways, we call that the deal of a lifetime. The fact that you can trade 1 unit of trash, 1 unit of the worst money in human history for 1,225 units of the best money in human history. Pretty good trade. We call it the deal of a lifetime around here. And I see Scotty's in the chat, so we'll do a quick check on gold. And it looks like we're holding strong. I think we need a very big crash now to get back to our bottom call here. We called the bottom. That's what we're going to be remembered for around here. Probably not. Hopefully not. But there it is, 12.133. We called the bottom March 2nd in real terms, and it's been a slow and steady climb ever since that. So this is the real conversion, the real exchange rate right here. How many pet shiny rocks can you trade for one city in cyberspace? Today, 17. 17 pet rocks for one city in cyberspace. Also a pretty good trade. Not quite as good as the fiat trade, but pretty good as well. 17 pet rocks for a city in cyberspace. So that's what we got today. That's what we got today. My brother just let me know that Bridgestones are on sale at Golf Town, if anybody was wondering. Bridgestones are on sale on Golf Town. The guy loves Golf Town. He probably gets a package every week from Golf Town. So if you're looking for some golf balls today, apparently Golf Town is having a sale. Okay, what do we got here? Jenny says, I didn't lose mine. I gave them all to Jor and Jerry. Jenny with another fiat zap. So Jenny got ×2 now and ×3. Jenny said, flasher incoming with another 2. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. My stomach just turned there. Flasher incoming. Okay, I'm scared to check now, Jenny. Jenny also said yesterday $1 was 1234. Jenny Day, May 5th. We're going to call that Jenny Day from now on. Or, depending on what this flasher is here, it might be today. All right, let's check this, Jenny. Oh, well, Jenny wouldn't send it on. She doesn't send it on Zapstream. So we won't get to see a flasher. We'll check the wallet here, though. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my heavens. Jenny, 6 minutes ago. She sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and said, like this one. Jenny Legendary. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, I think we got the MOB for the week. Wow, Jenny. Wow, Jenny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said one day it'll happen when we least expect it, and probably 1 minute later. That's a way to do it though, because I was not expecting that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jenny, everybody, we're going to dedicate the rest of the show today to Jenny. What a legend. What an absolute legend. My God, Jenny. Okay. Well, I don't even know where do we go from here? I think that's, we'll call her a day. We got some stuff to talk about, but we're going to be out of sorts now. Jenny, legendary. No doubt about that. Everybody give a big shout out to Jenny today. Jenny's got to be one of the nicest, kindest, most supportive people that I've ever seen before. I've never even met her in real life before. I see her every day. I talk to her every day through chats and through the video here. But, it's people like that. It really is. It really is. And, she's not just one of the nicest people. She's actually fucking hilarious too. That's what I love about Jenny. I was watching, I think it was Jerry's stream last night. I was doing some work while Jerry's stream was on. And Jenny just has such a unique, dry humor that's right in line with mine. Like I have the same kind of humor as Jenny. And so when I see it, I very much appreciate it. And she is hilarious. She doesn't try to be hilarious. She is hilarious though. So Scotty. Scotty said, changing my name to Hands Off My Flasher 99. So need to do a little bit more than just say thank you to Jenny today. I just want to say how much I appreciate you, Jenny. I know everybody here in the community does for everything that you do. And the nice thing about these things, whether it's my show, Jerry's show, it's done by committee, but there are definitely people who, go the extra mile. And I would say Jenny, if no other, would be one of those. We got a couple of those people in this chat, in this community. So God bless Jenny. Thank you. Thank you. Maria 2000, also known as Maria 2500, also known as Maria 5000, also known as Maria 10,000 as of more recently. She's zapped a shot of espresso today. The Maria 5000. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. It just, to me, it's much more than just like, I don't know. The more time goes on, the more I realize that whether it's fiat, whether it's even Bitcoin, it's like, it's just numbers. You know what I mean? It really is. It's just numbers. And people spend so much of their life. The crazy thing to me is like, whether it is fiat or Bitcoin, fiat's a little bit more insane to me because people actually have the ability to create units with zero cost. But the crazy thing to me is that like how many lives have been destroyed here. And we're going to be talking about Tesla a little bit today. We had a couple comments as it relates to God, but people take their own life because of numbers, because of financial issues. So you got on one hand, you have people who create units out of thin air. And on the other side, you have average people who literally take their own life because of that same thing, because they can't afford to live, because they're in so much financial distress that they just don't see a point in going forward. It's sickening. It is hopefully this point in history here is the peak evil, peak unimaginable evil. And so it's like, to me, like, it's awesome. I very much appreciate it. I love the financial support of it, but more than anything else, it's like just the fact that somebody would do that. You know what I mean? Just the simple action itself, the act of doing that for somebody else. That means more than any number out there to me. So whether it is, whether it's Jenny, Scotty, Maria, it's just like, I don't know, man. There's something about it. And so even Bitcoin itself, everything here is much bigger than Bitcoin. It's the people, right? It's the people here. It's amazing. It really is. It really, really is. So thank you, Jenny. You made my week. You made my week. What was I doing here? Oh, we got to watch this video here. I got to pull it together. Jenny, is that your biggest zap? It's got to be. When you went from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I thought that was a big one. But you outdid yourself today. Okay, let's check this video out. I'll want to get through some comments here, but yeah, let's give some love here. Papaya, Praetorian. Yeah, no doubt. That's a UTXO. That's a freaking. That's a city. That's a city in cyberspace. Jenny just sent over. Jenny, I love Jen. Way to go, Jenny. Jenny is goated. Sergeant Sunset says, not a flasher if it doesn't flash. Oh, that's funny. That's the funniest thing about that to me is that that's something that Jenny would say to somebody else. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that humor. And I'm sure Jenny does too. That's freaking funny. Oh man. I got teary eyes here. I don't know if it's because of happy or laughing there, but that's freaking funny. Okay, let's check this out. This is super interesting. And I don't know if Noah's still around. I haven't heard or seen Noah in a while now. I'm guessing she's still around. She's probably just busy. But she used to have this theory that we live in a simulation. She was a big simulation advocate. And I'm not saying that. I actually don't believe that. That's how this video starts, though, which I'm still kind of confused with. So with all this Tesla stuff, I'm definitely not going to sit here and like tell you things. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how things are. I'm going to sit here and show you something and let you figure out what that means to you and kind of give my take on it. But I don't think we live in a simulation because I think that all human beings are born with free will. And so as soon as you introduce free will into the equation, the overall might be like a simulation, like the big picture. But like, I believe that you have the ability to kind of alter that path yourself and change the future, change the direction. That, again, whether it's Tesla, whether it's God, whether it's Jesus, whether it's any of this stuff, whether it's time, whether it's history, whether it's, who knows? This stuff all ties together. And I think that's the whole key to it. I believe that all this stuff kind of ties together here. So we're gonna watch this video here quick. And the caption here says, when Tesla said the 369 are the keys to the universe, what he meant was that there's a construct of time when you understand it. How to become ridiculously present and work within the gates that open up for us to connect with the unity of the universe. So what he meant was that there's a construct of time when you understand it, how to become ridiculously present and work within the gates that open up for us to connect with the unity of the universe. So we're going to start with this video. Again, this is going to be a topic going forward. Definitely every Monday when we're talking with Brandon, we're going to get a deeper dive into it. But I think these topics are really fun to explore. I think. So it's one of those things. I've kind of heard this before many times of like 369 is the key to the universe. But I really had no idea what the hell it meant. So clearly I didn't understand the universe. But I knew that Tesla said that. But this, when I think about it this way, this actually makes a lot more sense to me. So before we watch this, I also want to share another thing here where this same guy here, he did a video and he was talking about the number 666. And he basically said that, you know, kind of what we started the show with today. We've been lied to about the number 666. We've been led to believe that the number 666 represents the devil or evil, but it doesn't. It actually represents our physical body of what we're made up of. I believe it's 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. That's the human body, carbon. And so I don't know if we'll watch that video today, but we're definitely going to watch this. But that it kind of ties into this here. So let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let's watch and let's discuss. Here we go.
I'm going to start with numbers as frequencies. 2 circuits run reality.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's a short on Instagram, so it's not ideal, but we're probably going to watch this at least twice. Maybe we'll watch it once, we'll discuss, and then we'll watch it again, because videos like this, there's so much to kind of take in. I probably watched this video like 10 times. We're not going to do that on the show here, but we'll definitely watch it twice. So just, you know, do your best, I'd say.
With numbers as frequencies. 2 circuits run reality, and you live inside of both of them right now. The first circuit is 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. So try this. Double any number, reduce it back to a single digit, and you loop forever. 1 doubles to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, 16 to 32, 3 plus 2 is 5, 32 to 64, 6 plus 4 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, back to the start. That's the flesh circuit. 6 numbers, the same 6 in 666, carbon 12, that builds every cell of your body. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So Revelations 13:18 is not about this evil number. It's a number with a call for wisdom, not for fear. Now notice what's missing from the doubling circuit, the 3, 6, and the 9. They never appear. They live outside of the flesh loop. Tesla said if you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would hold the keys to the universe. So you have 6 numbers for the body, 3 numbers for the spirit, 3, 6, and 9. 9 is the singularity at the center of the vortex. So how do you reach the 3 when you live inside the 6? That's through the number 7. In the doubling sequence, 7 is the bend. 8 doubles to 16, reduces to 7, and it's the point where the flesh circuit turns back on itself. In Aramaic, 7, Sheba, is the same root as Shava, to swear an oath. The same root hidden inside of Shabbat. 7 is the covenant, the stop, the rest between circuits. 6 days of labor in the flesh, then stop. The stop is how 3, 6, and 9 enter, through presence. Skip the stop, and you stay in the loop. Take the Fibonacci sequence as an example. Reduce each number to a single digit. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 4, 3, 7, 1, 8. I'm not going to do the whole 24, but it loops. It's a 24-digit cycle. So let's map it on a 24-hour clock. Starting at midnight is 0. Every 4 hours, you hit a gate. Midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and back to midnight. 6 gates. Each one, when you look at that other sequence, lands on a 3, 6, or 9 position in the cycle. And the monks actually built their prayer hours around this whole construct. These hours are the moments where the veil thins. Walk through all 6 gates each day, and your flesh stays connected to the spirit above. You become the 7 that holds the 666 and the 369 together. You set alarms for midnight, 4, 8, noon, 4, and 8. 60 seconds of awareness at each one of those. That's the gift. That's the Shiva. That's the oath your body makes to the field above. And you recognize that you are carbon. You are the 6. The 24-hour clock was built to hide your gates. Now that you can see them, everything changes. Thank you, and I love you.
Pretty bananas. Pretty bananas. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, why did we never learn this stuff? Again, you could argue that this is true or false. But like, why were we never taught this kind of stuff? It makes a lot of sense to me. Again, I watched this video like 10 times now, so it's probably more fresh in my head than you guys who just watched it. But you might be thinking like, okay, so kind of like the actionable item there was to set your clocks at every 6 hours. So at midnight, at 4, at 8, at noon, at 4, at 8, at midnight. So those are considered to be the 6 gates, the 6 portals. You could think of it as like where you're connecting to the universe. I know this sounds fucking woo-woo, like it does. And even for me to say this out loud, it sounds woo-woo. But like when you think about it that way, everything's math, right? Even like that's a big tie into Bitcoin. Is like Bitcoin is based on mathematics, based on numbers. Everything in this universe is numbers. We just don't really, realize that. So those portals there, and the first thing I thought, I was like, okay, well, if I want to try this out, what? It's probably a stupid question, but after looking at the comment section, it was a pretty common question. But like, what about time zones? Again, funny to say it out loud, but like I think the first thing that pops into people's head is, what about my time zone? So I don't think it has anything to do with time zones. I think it's more you just connecting, right? It's like your own kind of experience yourself, you connecting to the universe, to the spirit world. And you could argue whatever that is. I'm not here to say, but I think that there's 6 portals there again. And he said a minute. So it's basically like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in Australia, if you're in Arkansas, it doesn't matter. It's just that you go in that rhythm. That's kind of the key there. I think the rhythm, the harmony, as long as you're doing that consistently, it could be 10 p.m. for you, but then you follow that same kind of cycle. But doesn't that make a lot of sense that they came up with like a 24-hour clock to kind of hide that, to close the gates essentially? So we'll watch it again. But I really think that there's something there. I really do. So when you consider the flush circuit, which is basically every number 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's the flush circuit, a continuous loop. And us being carbon, the number 666, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. That's the physical world. That's where we operate in. That's our meat sack here. But there's more. That's the 369. That's like the universe. That's what's missing from that endless loop of flush, the 369. And so if you want to connect to that, you understand there's 2 worlds. There's a physical and there's a spiritual. And that's how you connect through those portals there. So again, I doubt it has anything to do with like your actual clock, or if you miss it by a minute. I don't think that that's necessarily the point. I think the point is that you're acknowledging that. You're acknowledging that we are physical here, living in the physical world, but there's more, right? And then you connect. And that's kind of what we've been talking about in this episode. I think it was Sin way a long time ago here. I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. Oh no, it was Marco. Nope. Well, this is one of them. What is called God today in my conception is not a person, but a force that governs all processes in the universe. I thought Sin had something too about it. Or was it? But anyways, let's watch it again. We'll watch it one more time, and then we'll conclude. So here we go.
So I'm going to prove to you live in a simulation. I'm going to start with numbers as frequencies. 2 circuits run reality, and you live inside of both of them right now. The first circuit is 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. So try this. Double any number, reduce it back to a single digit, and you loop forever. 1 doubles to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, 16 to 32, 3 plus 2 is 5, 32 to 64, 6 plus 4 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, back to the start. That's the flush circuit. 6 numbers.
Okay, I'm guessing a lot of people just kind of get lost there because it's a lot. It's like, unless you're actually sitting down and like pausing it and saying, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't think we really need to do that. I think the point of that is that it's an endless loop. That's the physical realm, endless loop, based on numbers, based on math, the endless loop. That's kind of what you need to take away. I know we're not supposed to just trust, but in this case, I think it's okay to. If you can prove them wrong, I mean, try, but I think we just trust that that's reality. I don't think we need to verify those numbers.
The same 6 in 666 carbon 12 that builds every cell of your body. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So Revelations 13:18 is not about this evil number. It's a number with a call for wisdom, not for fear. Now notice what's missing from the doubling circuit, the 3, 6, and the 9. They never appear. They live outside of the flesh loop. Tesla said if you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would hold the keys to the universe. So you have 6 numbers for the body, 3 numbers for the spirit, 3, 6, and 9. 9 is the singularity at the center of the vortex. So how do you reach the 3 when you live inside the 6? That's through the number 7. In the doubling sequence, 7 is the bend. 8 doubles to 16, reduces to 7, and it's the point where the flesh circuit turns back on itself. In Aramaic, 7, Sheba, is the same root as Shava, to swear an oath, the same root hidden inside of Shabbat. 7 is the covenant, the stop, the rest between circuits. 6 days of labor in the flesh, then stop. The stop is how 3, 6, and 9 enter, through presence. Skip the stop, and you stay in the loop. Take the Fibonacci sequence.
I think that was kind of the key takeaway for me, is like, if you skip that, then you stay in an endless loop of just thinking that everything's just physical. Right? And when you think that everything's just physical, then you don't really understand how things work. You just kind of get trapped. You get stuck in the endless, just like the news cycle. It's kind of the same shit. And you think that everything that's happening here is just what we see, not really what's out there. So when you don't acknowledge those, when you don't, I guess, ever escape that loop, you're just constantly trapped in this physical world. And how many people, I mean, probably the majority of my life has just been in that physical world. Like, honest, brutally honest, but the majority of my life has been spent just in that physical realm. Because again, we weren't taught this shit. Why would they teach us this stuff?
Sequence as an example. Reduce each number to a single digit. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 4, 3, 7, 1, 8. I'm not going to do the whole 24, but it loops. It's a 24-digit cycle. So let's map it on a 24-hour clock. Starting at midnight is 0. Every 4 hours, you hit a gate. Midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and back to midnight. 6 gates. Each one, when you look at that other sequence, lands on a 3, 6, or 9 position in the cycle. And the monks actually built their prayer hours around this whole construct. These hours are the moments where the veil thins. Walk through all 6 gates each day, and your flesh stays connected to the spirit above. You become the 7 that holds the 666 and the 369 together. You set alarms for midnight, 4, 8, noon, 4, and 8. 60 seconds of awareness at each one of those. That's the gift. That's the Shiva. That's the oath your body makes to the field above. And you recognize that you are carbon, you are the 6. The 24-hour clock was built to hide your gates. Now that you can see them, everything changes. Thank you, and I love you.
Sorry, I snorted some element there. Coughed right in the mic. Sorry about that. Didn't realize we were off the mute. But anyways, what do we think? What are the thoughts on that? Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's right or wrong. It makes total sense to me. So that's about all I can do. But I don't know. I really think that there's something there. That of anything makes the most sense to me. Again, I've heard that expression before. You understand 3, 6, 9, you hold the key to the universe. That kind of makes sense to me. That kind of makes sense when we think about it from like a flesh, physical world, and then a spiritual world, and how you can kind of access both and realize that there are both. I don't know. People are probably watching this and like, yeah, no shit, Jor. I've known this for like my entire life. Okay. Well, I haven't. And I also think that there's been a lot of lies about, this kind of stuff throughout the years. The lies meant to mask it more than anything else. And I'm just going to say it through a lot of the religions. I believe that. Like that's kind of what turned me away from religion growing up, is like, I just feel like these people are taking advantage of vulnerable people. I feel like they're telling them that they need to live this way as kind of a control structure. Like I've always kind of felt that way. I just never really knew why. And it's like you're lesser than somebody. You're lesser than somebody else. You're lesser than the priest at the church. I really like the idea of like church and like a community coming together. That kind of stuff makes a lot of sense to me. But like nothing else did. And that's kind of why I strayed away from it so long. And then, so when you stray away from it, you kind of just focus all of your days on the physical world. So I think that the churches have it right in the sense of obviously a spiritual world, but I never really knew what that meant. But, tying things together now, it makes way more sense to me. So I don't know. It's a journey. It's a journey. I definitely don't claim that I know everything or anything really, but I think that's kind of the point. Oh yeah, let's see what the chat has to say about it. We still got some love coming in for Jenny. Oh, Jerry got one too. Okay, I might have been there for that actually. I kind of thought that when I said it, but I didn't know for sure. Jenny the legend, yes. Saster says in 100 years people will work their whole lives and not earn that much. Agree. I don't even think it'll be 100 years. I think it might be half of that. Simulation theory was proven. They gave it a Nobel Prize. Nice. I hope by understanding the universe, I can unblock a Bitcoin block or unlock one. Hey, Vic, good morning. Good to see you, Vic. Sin says 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 1 plus 8 equals 9. 9 represents birth, born. 9 represents birth, born. Yeah, that's what it said in there, right? That's what did it call it? The center, the portal or something? Sin's educated on this stuff. Sin should be up here. Anytime I hear 369, I think of Little John. Yeah, Little John. 369, damn good, fine. Dabba 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 dabba, one more time. That one? I don't think that's the words, though. I don't think those are the words. What are the words? I don't know what the words are. Let's look it up. I'm guessing that song actually has something to do with this. 369, Little John. Let's sing along. 369, damn she fine. Hoping she could suck it to me one more time. I did not know that that's what it was. 369, damn she fine. Hoping she can suck it to me one more time. Get low. Interesting. I don't know what get low would mean there, though. Get low probably relates to something with that, too, I would guess. Investigate the Tesla Titanic legend. That'll have to be a different day. The laws of the universe are manifested in mathematics. Yeah, no doubt. And Bitcoin. Once you understand this, there's no doubt that there is an intelligent designer. And there's no doubt that we are living in a simulation. Linda's here. She says, happy. I'm going to guess it's a she. I shouldn't assume, but it's either a he or a she. That's it. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Dr. Jack Kruse describes time. Even in the last couple of months, like we've been talking about time quite a bit. That's why I like Bitcoin, because it anchors you to a different clock. It anchors you to the block height. Even the 24-hour clock itself is like, it's very fiat to me, because it's like seconds. I'm going to meet you here at this exact second. So we rush here, we rush there. We're living our life in seconds, which is way too fast. That's like the highest of time preference. When you're measuring your life in seconds, I get the point of being on time and being respectful. But like, I just feel like you're kind of giving yourself over to the, I don't know. The seconds just seem so fiat to me. But the other thing about time, where else was I going with that? The other thing about time. Oh, it was Prince. Prince had an interview where he said he doesn't celebrate his birthday. He basically said, like, imagine how much longer humans would live if they had no idea how old they were. You know what I mean? Like, when we think about you become your thoughts, you become your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Your thoughts are based around your environment. Your environment's telling you that it's, hey, it's your birthday. You're 1 year older. So you become your thoughts. You become older in your mind. And you're like, holy shit, I'm 50. I should have a sore back today. I'm 50. Or I'm 70, so I don't have much life left. Imagine if you just never counted. Imagine if you had no idea how old you were. How old would you feel? How old would you feel? So I think that's, birthdays obviously being a way to take money from people, just kind of like every holiday, or most holidays, I should say. But also, it ages you. It ages you. The best thing you can do, I think, is forget how old you are. And that was some wisdom from Prince, the legend. We talked about Michael Jackson yesterday. We talked about all those guys. We forgot Prince. Whatever happened to that guy? It probably wasn't natural. Let's just say that. Prince was a truth seeker himself. You can play these number games infinitely. The main laws are the first law of thermodynamics and the golden ratio. Fibonacci number is the law of the universal proportion. True, you got to start somewhere, I guess. Everything continues, never ends. Energy. Everything from good music to the proportion of flower petals, a snail shell, or the formation of the galaxy follows the golden ratio, Fibonacci numbers. True. Yeah, I missed a comment up here. Where was that? Relentless Acres. I love that. Relentless Acres. Relentless Acres. You gotta get in touch with me. You got to get in touch with me. Consider it a sign from the universe. I don't know why. I just like that name. I like the logo. I like your comment. I probably like what you do. So if you're still watching, get in touch with me. Let's chat. I don't know why. How many times people on the show here, how many times have I ever said that? I don't know why. I have no idea why I said that, to be honest with you. But I love the name. Shoot me an email. If you're still around, shoot me an email. Just say, hey, what's up? I guess more than anything, I would just like to know what you're all about. What's Relentless Acres? Are you a grain farmer, cattle farmer, both? Where are you? I don't know. I like that. But nice comment there. Thanks for being here. Follow that guy. That guy's awesome. What was his name? Abundance 1000, I think, or 10,000. But yeah, he's get low. Jenny. Yes. We're having a good day today. Tesla, Lil Jon, Bitcoin is truly a journey, no doubt. Ain't that the truth, Sin? Ain't that the truth? I think that's the biggest gift that Bitcoin's going to give you is curiosity, an open mind and curiosity. Hey, Sue's here. Sue is on YouTube today. She spends some time over on YouTube. She spends some time over in Rumble. On YouTube, she's Sue. On Rumble, she's Zuzan. So shout out to Sue and shout out to everybody on Rumble today. We got 40 people over there right now. And we got 20 likes. Pretty shitty. But that's okay. Likes are kind of a fiat illusion. But it looks like Jenny is back. She's not done yet. She zapped $5, the golden whale over there on Rumble. Zapped $5 and said religion killed Jesus. I believe that as well, Jenny. I believe that with all of me. The more I see, the more I agree with that. But good morning, Susan. Good to see you. Sue, I don't celebrate my birthday either. You're only born once. Truth. Yeah, that's what Prince said. He said my birth date was the day that I was born. That's the only one. Jenny says, I think I tore my meniscus. So about 20 years older, trying to go up and down the stairs these last few days. That's the physical realm, though. We're going to start talking in that. Yeah, Prince was a legend. You think he's still alive? Is that what you're saying? Prince he could be. Elvis? We missed Elvis yesterday, too. We missed Elvis. What a guy that was. He was kind of, I don't know. Elvis was definitely a good one. Some are killed, some are taken to utopia. Interesting. When Tesla gets high, Little John gets low. Michael Obama. Oh my God. Sin, you trying to sabotage me here or what? Michael Obama. Hey, we got a new subscriber over on Rumble. Bionics. Bionics, say hello. You might get a free membership today. Likes are free. Exactly, Marco. Likes are free. Sin's trying to ruin my career here. Okay. Well, that was a good chat today. What's the takeaway, I guess? What's the takeaway? What's the takeaway? I don't know. What do we figure? We going to try it out? We going to try going through the portals? I might. Seems like a pretty doable task to me. Seems like a pretty doable task. Because that's what, every 8 hours? Every 8 hours? No, every 4 hours. Every 4 hours. So how do you do that when you're sleeping? Yeah, I'm not going to wake up and do it. I'm not gonna wake up and do it. Hey, there you go. Relentless Acres is here. Says, okay, we'll do farming and stacking sats in Alberta. Do you have beef? Are you a beef farmer? Cattle farmer? Love that name though. Actually, most farms have good names. I haven't seen too many farms with bad names, but that might be my favorite. Jenny says thumbs down or free too. There you go. I knew it. I knew there was a reason why I was drawn. Organic grain and cattle. God bless. God bless. We just got a quarter of a cow here the other day, and we got a little freezer full. I'm looking for more, though. I'm looking for more. I think that's one thing I'm good to spend my Bitcoin on is good food. So I don't know. Well, let's try it out. What does Sin say? Takeaway: everything is math. Math is energy. Energy is infinite. We are energy. Collectively, we are infinite. Well said. Well said. I think that's a good way to do it. I'm gonna hit the road here. I think this was a good show today. I think this was a good show. You can transcend by stacking Bitcoin. Escape the matrix. That's the other thing too. Actually, that's the last thing I'm going to talk about here. So when you think about this, the takeaway, everything is math. Math is energy. Energy is infinite. We are energy. Collectively, we are infinite. So where I was going to tie Tesla in today, and some people have this is going to be my challenge for you today. Because again, we spend the majority of our life in the physical realm. Most people do. I have. Hopefully that's going to change. It already has been changing without me really doing it intentionally. But point is, I want to challenge you here. I want to challenge you here. And I know there's people that aren't going to do that, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But I want you to, because the where I'm tying this into here, there might be some people who have heard me say this before, but you can fact check me here. Tesla's documents. I want you to look up. You can look this up yourself. You can ask Google, you can ask any AI, you can ask whoever you want to. Look up what happened to Nikola Tesla's documents, findings, discoveries after he died. Who got them? Who got them? And the answer to that, I'll give it away for you. Save you some time, but you can fact check me here. Sin knows. Sin got it right here. Actually, I'll fact check myself here. How about that? I'll fact check myself just so you guys. I'll save you some time. When Tesla died, who got access to his files and discoveries? Let's check this out. Okay, so there's oh, this isn't the answer I was looking for. Okay, well let's read this. After Tesla died in 1943, the U.S. government first took custody of his papers and possessions. Interesting. And later, much of the material was released to his nephew and heir, Sarah Kasanovic, eventually ending up in the Tesla Museum. So Tesla was found dead on January 7th, 1943, and agents from the FBI and Office of Alien Property quickly removed the papers from his safe and hotel room because of wartime security. Yeah, I bet that was the case. The stated concern was that the technical material might be useful to enemy powers during World War II. So the main early access was the U.S. government, especially the FBI and the Office of Alien Property Custodian. Tesla's nephew and legal heir, Sava, also fought to recover the estate and later received much of it. In 1952, Tesla's remaining papers and effects were returned to Sava, I keep wanting to say Sarah, and transferred to Belgrade, where they became part of the Tesla Archive and Museum. Okay, so let's try a different one, because that's not what I read last time. I think it was just on Google we looked at it, didn't we? Who got access to Nikola Tesla's files? So that's interesting. That said that his nephew and daughter got it. Okay, so this kind of says the same thing except with a different name in there too. So this is from Google. This says immediately following Tesla's death in 1943, so the U.S. Office of Alien Property, the OAP, seized the papers. Okay, so yeah, I guess they were both right here. Seized the papers, notes. So think about this logically, right? We just looked at Perplexity there, and Perplexity said that the first people to get it. So just think about this logically. The first people to get it was the U.S. government, the FBI, and the OAP, the U.S. Office of Alien Property. So that's who got it first. And then they said, well, once they went through everything, they're like, okay, well, here's what you can put in the museum. Here's what you get. Tesla's daughter and nephew, here's what you get. You can do whatever you want with this. You can put it in a museum if you want to, but you could imagine what kind of documents that they got once it had been gone through by the U.S. government, the FBI, and the OAP. So then it says it prevented them from falling into foreign hands during World War II. So key individuals and agency involved included Dr. John G. Trump, the MIT scientist who analyzed the documents. Isn't that like the most interesting thing ever? That blew my mind when I heard that. So that's actually Trump's uncle, Dr. John G. Trump. And then what I was going to show you is this part. I don't know if it's right here. Hold on. Yeah, right here. So let's see what, so again, think about that. Tesla dies. The US government, the FBI, the US Office of Alien Property, the OAP, sees the papers. So they're the first ones who see all this stuff. And then eventually it flows down to his daughter and nephew, which goes into a museum. But you know that anything worthwhile would not be given out to his daughter, nephew, and then put into a museum. So who has the papers? John G. Trump, MIT scientist. Okay. So let's see what Trump had to say about his uncle John at the Bitcoin conference. Let's check this out.
China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's gonna happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in artificial intelligence, and first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mentioned it. And I believe he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT. He graduated. We have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different degrees, but they said, would you like to stay on, John, and be a professor? Well, I've got a lot of offers, I assume he said, but I've got a lot of offers. Well, we'd like. He was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people. And you are highly intelligent. America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one. You know,
I don't know. Could be a coincidence. Could be a coincidence that Tesla dies. John G. Trump gets all his discoveries. 41 years at MIT. Trump brings him up at the Bitcoin conference. Trump says he would have fit right in with all you guys. Trump says he was very intelligent, just like everybody here, bunch highly intelligent people. I encourage you. I know a lot of people out here have this TDS. Why? I really believe that a lot of people have this Trump derangement syndrome because they spend their whole life in this physical realm. And when you spend your whole life in this physical realm, you get very influenced by the television, by your phone, by the latest happenings. And it's very easy to see, who's kind of fallen victim to that. And I'm not saying that's everybody. There's probably some spiritual people out there who don't like Trump. But for the most part, the people that I see who hate Trump and have this TDS or BDS, Bitcoin derangement syndrome, they spend their whole life in the physical realm. They spend their whole life in this endless loop of what's the news saying about Trump today? What bad thing did Trump do today? But I'd encourage you, if you got some time today, and I might even do this myself. I've watched this speech probably 20 times. And some of the things that he says in this speech, well, actually, I think it really changed the way that I think about everything here. But it's hard. It's hard because in this, it's 49 minutes long, and he probably spends like 10 or 20 minutes just talking about nothing, like the political campaign, Kamala, you name it, the fake news. Like he just goes into these kind of spirals, and I think that's where he loses a lot of people. But like if you can kind of tune that out, the 10 or 20 minutes of him just rambling about politics, and listen to what he says kind of in between, that's where the gold is. So for the people out there, in my opinion, that think that Trump is a shit coiner or doesn't understand Bitcoin, he just did it to buy votes, I think that you are sorely mistaken. I really do. And I think that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes right now that we have no idea about. No idea about. But you can kind of make some connections yourself. You can start connecting some of these dots yourself, if you're willing to. If you can get past the the TDS and just like open up your mind. That going back to where we started the conversation today. The key to being a Bitcoiner is having an open mind and asking questions and being curious and assuming that maybe what you've been thinking is wrong. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe what you see on the TV is actually the exact opposite of what's really happening. In a war, you're probably not going to tell your enemies what you're doing. That wouldn't make any sense. But somehow people think that they deserve to hear what the president of the most influential country on the planet is doing. Again, too much time in the loop. Too much time in the endless loop there. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to me. Tying these things together, it makes a lot of sense to me. So kind of interesting. I don't know. I think. Interesting nonetheless. If nothing else, interesting. But anyways, that's what I got for you today. Let's wrap her up here. Whoa, look at this. Praetorian. I did not know this. Tesla died in 43. Oh, and the corp was funded. Really? Okay. I thought you said corpse. I thought you meant they took 3 years to find it. The corporation Tesla. Yeah, and that's another thing in this whole equation here. Tesla, Elon's grandpa. Elon's grandpa. That's what we've been talking about too. Who was Elon's grandpa? What did he stand for? Elon's grandpa, I think, was one of the very first conspiracy theorists. Jenny says, I got to figure out how to get a freezer. Nico's food takes up my fridge one. Really? Oh, so you must make Nico's food then. Good for you. Good for you. Jenny, what's the recipe? What do you put in them? Marco says, I believe the idea of energy money was Tesla's. Yeah, it was. No. It was Henry Ford's. It was Henry Ford's. But that wouldn't have worked. Because without the difficulty adjustment, it would have been an infinite amount of units as energy. You know, that's the thing. One of the biggest lies we've been told, maybe the biggest lie we've been told, honestly, because this lie has been used to essentially control for hundreds of years now. And that lie is that energy is scarce. Energy is scarce. Oil is scarce. Solar is scarce. All these things, that's what they've used to control society, is claiming that this energy is scarce. When really what Sin said there, and kind of going along with this, is that energy is infinite. There's no constraint on energy. We just have it locked up. We have it locked up. And actually, if you look at the Kardashev scale, we're still sitting at as a humanity. Earth is still the 0 on the Kardashev scale because we haven't been able to unlock energy. Tesla tried. Pretty sure Henry Ford tried. But the puppet masters of the world, they don't want infinite energy because then they can't control people. So I don't know. I think we're going into a much different place here. I think that the genie's out of the bottle. I think that the truth is slowly coming out every day. And my whole green light theory is you know what? My green light theory, it might even be bigger than Bitcoin. It might even be bigger than Bitcoin. Like my green light theory is once you understand Bitcoin, the green light turns on in your mind and it never shuts off. But the green light theory, and it's interesting because I always wondered, because the green light theory was kind of the first thing that popped into my mind. Like the light comes on, green light. But then I was like, is it green? Is it orange? I feel like they should be orange lights. But then something just kept kind of pulling me to green light. Don't know why. But it kind of makes sense because maybe it's actually much more than Bitcoin. Maybe the green light theory is truth. Maybe it's truth. And once you see that, once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And maybe it's more than Bitcoin. Because the theory is that once that green light comes on in your mind, once you see things a certain way, you never go back to how you saw it before. And as those number of green lights turns on, because if you looked at the map of the world from an overhead view and you saw these different green lights turning on every day, I think people would actually be much more hopeful about where we are. Because again, these green lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 every day, every single day, there's more and more green lights turning on. And again, they don't shut off. So just imagine what the world looks like as these green lights are turning on, and people are becoming more conscious. People are seeking truth. Not going to be perfect, but again, once you see it, it never shuts off. And I believe we're actually moving into I think it's the age of enlightenment. I don't know. Kind of checks out. So maybe I didn't even know it myself, but maybe that's actually more than Bitcoin. Have fun, enjoy the journey, play. Exactly. That's a great point, VHF. Matt FRL. I thought Matt was in Zapstream. I guess he's in both. We got a Zap here, 1650 from Mark, Bob, and Stuart. Thank you, fellas. Mark says, replay for me today. Cheers. Cheers, Mark. Missed a good show today. Hopefully enjoy it. Yeah, true. This is a great point. BTC gives you more time to think. Absolutely does. Absolutely does. David, I like this one. Gas, grass, or Bitcoin? Isn't it usually gas, grass, or cash? Nobody rides for free. I like this one. Gas, grass, or Bitcoin? Nobody rides for free. Mark's over on Rumble too. Good morning, Mark. Mass is energy. Math is representation of the laws of mass and energy. Praetorian says 20 boxes of files. JP Morgan funded Tesla. Huh. Interesting. Relentless Acre says, where do I find your email, Addy? Right here. I had it on the screen for you. 88 sats at proton.me. MIT scientist, Bitcoin conference, Tesla, energy currency. I don't know. Could be a coincidence. Could be. Marco got it. I didn't know Thomas Edison was in there, though. What was Edison's involvement with that? Dr. John G. Trump was a pioneer of high voltage engineering, co-founder of the High Voltage Engineering Corporation. Yeah, this is what it is, Sin. You're absolutely right about this. Trump is the Easter egg in chief. Throughout his ramblings, you can find some interesting Easter eggs. You know, I wonder if that's intentional, the way he just kind of rambles on. I don't know. You have to look at the anagram. It goes very deep into the significance of 369. Okay, I'll look into that. The anagram? Anagram. Never heard of it. Jenny says, I order from BJ's Raw when I can. Okay, I'll look that up too. BJ's Raw. Then it gets mixed with some dehydrated raw, whatever I can find on sale, but the raw has done the absolute best for his tummy. Nice. Love that. How old's Nico? I'm going to guess like 4. However, we have to question if it was really Ford's idea. Edison is proof of folks jacking Tesla for his ideas. True. Yeah, because it would have been around the same time, right? If Tesla died in 1943, that would have been around the same time. And how would we ever know? Big J gifted a membership from Jenny. We got the captain with 888. Nice number there, Captain. Says, appreciate you. Thank you, Captain. Appreciate you, man. Okay, we got more. Oh, no. So this was one of the ones that Jenny bought earlier. That was the 5 banger. Big J got her. First to the key, first to the egg. Orange light usually represents caution. Yeah. Bitcoin signals you to slow down and truly look at everything around you. True, but also, Jenny's Jenny's worst nightmare just happened. Wow. Jenny is funding Nazis officially. Jenny is funding Nazis. Oh, that's amazing. Saster says, love some pierogies. He must be behind a little bit. Jenny says, what's your element link? I try to get the maintenance guys done Gatorade when it gets triple digits, but that might be better. Yeah, get Jenny, the one that I just had today. This is freaking delicious. I might have thrown it out. It's their new summer flavor, pink lemonade. Pink lemonade. This is delicious. And they actually came out with another summer flavor. It's lemonade and iced tea. And so what my plan is tomorrow and going forward is I'm going to bring one of these shakers with water, ice, one of those elements, lemonade, iced tea, and some vodka. Because drinks ain't cheap. Save me some sats. So that's going to be my new course drink. So where's that link? Where's that link, Jenny? I'll find it for you here quick. By the way, if you're not in the Visionaries yet, what are you doing? I'll share this link here. You can now join for free. I encourage you to join as a premium member, but you don't have to. If you just want to hang out and get access to the community, it's now free. Totally free. Kind of stupid, but it is what it is. School.com/88 sats. Join us in there. We got 47 people in Rumble right now. God bless. God bless. I'll even put this in the Noster chat just in case anybody wants to join. School.com/88 sats. Get your butts in there. No excuses. No friction. Nico's going to be 10. Wow. I would never have guessed that. Food must be working. Food must be working. Yeah, Jenny just said that. She jinxed herself. Paradigm says, what's with those numbers 888's been seeing so much of it? I don't know. That's abundance numbers. OXO says, Donald J. Trump has dementia. His ramblings are not to be considered truth. I work in healthcare. I mean, you got your opinion. No doubt about that. You got your opinion. I couldn't possibly disagree more, but that's just me. That's just you. Will Trump be the last president? That's a good question, because if you look back at the time traveling story, the one from the early 1900s, that's what it was late 1800s, I think. There was a book about the last president and a son named Barron, I think. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What do we got here? Wow. We got Matt says alcohol is poison for the body, mind, and soul. Also, the government loves collecting taxes from alcohol. True. But tastes good. I love a good beer. Beer clam. I know it's poison. I know. But poverty's perfect, you know? Poverty's perfect. Cleaner Machine. Ian, look at this. Says hello, everybody. Working and listening. Good to see you, Ian. Thanks for popping in the chat this morning. Hope you're doing good, Ian. Satster says OX is Ethereum red flag. I don't know what that means. Ethereum red flag. OX? Paradigm says it's an angel number, apparently. Is that why you name your YouTube channel 88 sats for wealth? Nice name. Yeah, it ties in. I was also born in the year 88. So I got a lot of connections to the number 8. I was born on the 8th day. Kachuk says there was a bad fire a couple blocks from me. The questions you asked yesterday popped into my head. Whew, yeah, that. If you haven't watched yesterday's show, I'm going to clip it today, actually. I'm going to clip it and post it today. So you don't have to go through the full 2-hour show, but I'm going to clip that part that I was talking about that. Trump is also a Gemini. We tend to go off on tangents and tie them all together. I tend to do that too, except I don't usually tie together. Maybe that's a Sagittarius in me. I go on tangents, but I don't usually tie together. Praetorian says, Jordan, you enjoy craft beer. Yeah. But I only usually have like one or two. I'm never going to get drunk on craft beer. Every time I do, I get the worst hangover ever. Ethereum addresses start with OX. Oh, I didn't know that. Praetorian likes a spotted cow. Does it stand for HH? No, but a lot of people have said that. That's a good question. As in like Hail Hitler. I mean, you could probably find anything and find something good about it and bad about it. It's just your perception of the world. But it's definitely doesn't stand for that. I mean, that's another thing I think we've been lied to about more than anything else, probably. And not to say that he was a good guy. It's just, why is everybody have this image of him as like the most evil person ever, when we've kind of found out that that's not necessarily the truth. Some of the numbers might have been fudged a little bit, and good or bad. I mean, whether it's 1 million or 100,000, I think either way it's bad. But like, why lie? Why have I never seen or listened to a translated version of him speak before? I don't know. Again, I'm definitely not saying he was a good guy, but and that's one thing that's probably came out more than anything else in the last couple of years is that fella. So I think there was a lot of bad things done in that time zone, just like there is right now. There's a lot of bad people out there right now, but again, most people are good. Most people are good. See everybody like your like you. We have lots to explore here. This is kind of a new chapter in the show. Obviously, we're still going to be focused on the Bitcoin stuff, but it's much more than that to me. And I think that we can only talk about Bitcoin being the best thing ever created for so long. We know it is, and we're not really in the business. That's the crazy thing. We're not really in the business of like trying to find new people. You know what I mean? Like if somebody shows up to the channel and they like what we're talking about, they'll stick around. But like, I'm not going to cater to YouTube to try to get more people to watch the channel, because frankly, I just don't give a shit. I just don't. I'm not gonna spend too much time and energy trying to cater to it with nice thumbnails and nice this. The last 5 videos I posted, I think they've all just been thumbnails myself. I just don't care. If you want to show up, show up. You want to send in some sats? We love it. But yeah, we're exploring. We're in exploration mode right now. Now we're talking, which means we probably should stop talking. Exactly. Time to go. All the people who have apophenia, that's why people think Bitcoiners are crazy. All people have apophenia. What's that, Praetorian? Only crazy. I agree with this. You got to be crazy enough to think that you can make change to the world. Yeah, true. Very true. Very true, Sats and Sunsets. We're exploring all the reasons to believe. Intro is funny. F Justin Bieber. Hey, no, not F Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. I think Justin Bieber's a good one too. I think he was really, really, really damaged in his childhood from some very evil people. I don't think it has anything to do with Biebs, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Pobody's nerfed. Did Bubble say that? I don't know. Maybe. Pobody's nerfed. I think that's from The Office too. I think Pam said it. Pam. Okay. Well, we're going to do a raid here on Rumble. We got to update the leaderboard here. We got a big one to update today. There could be some movement. There could be some serious movement on the leaderboard today, which we're going to check out here. So everybody on YouTube, thanks for being here today. Thanks for sticking around. We actually had pretty good retention, you might say, which means that people are interested in what we're talking about. So anyways, we're going to keep going. So thanks everybody on YouTube today. I hope you all have a great day today, a great hump day. Hopefully you get a hump in, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow. Yeah, that definitely relates to it for sure. That's kind of what I was talking about. But okay, YouTube, catch you later. Smell you later. Thanks for being here today. Make sure you show up tomorrow, same time, same place. Consider going here. Come hang out. We got 47 people over here, and we would love to have you. I know there's some stubborn people in here. I'm not talking to you. But for those people who aren't so stubborn, right here. This is where you can find us. This is where the real chat happens. And we'll be there tomorrow. Same time, same place. YouTube, been a pleasure. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.